Well, good morning and welcome to today's AM Minnesota program. I always enjoy hosting Fair Talk. Special thanks to our great sponsors and special thanks to John Dvorak, the Executive Secretary of the Rice County Fair. John, I like that jingle.
Yeah, that word turned out really good, didn't it?
Yes, a nice catchy tune. In studio also is Kathy Cap. Well, let me see. How do we describe Kathy? Does as many things as she can for the Rice County Fair. Fair Queen, the kids program. One of my favorites, the apple pie contest.
Jerry, got to change that now. This year it's
Oh,
not
it's-
apple pie, it's any kind of pie.
that's
So
right.
you're really going to get your treat this year.
And just for anyone that's listening, my favorite is cherry.
Oh, is it really? Oh, okay.
So we expect a lot of cherry pies if they want to smooge up to the judge just a little bit.
Not lemon meringue?
Oh, I like that too.
Okay.
Raisin lemon meringue.
Oh.
I like raisin pie too.
Oh, okay.
John's sitting over here wondering how I got that job.
It's a lot of fun. All the contests we'll talk about that later. But there's so many contests, and that's one that's stuck around for about 5 or 6 years and gets bigger and better every year. And it might be a very hot day that day, but those ladies are baking those pies early in the morning and bringing them in.
Then you just put a little more whipped cream or ice cream on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know we have to take a break for the markets in a couple minutes, but we want to spend a fair amount of time today talking about, well, I call it the kickoff to the Rice County Fair, the first night, the Fair Queen contest.
One of the most important things. It's just, it's like you talked about, all American, apple pie and queens. It's something that's very, very all American, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've had anywhere from 1 year, there's only 1 year in the 39 years they had 0 contestants. I don't know why. That was back in the 70s, but we've had as many as 18.
Wow.
And that's been in the last 15 years. So I really look forward to a lot. I've gotten a lot of calls, and I think we're going to have a nice crowd this year.
And did you notice last year I got to escort Brianna Busser to KDHL sponsored, and did you notice I had a sport coat and tie on? Do you remember that?
Yes, you look very dapper.
That was you?
Oh.
We appreciate all the sponsors because each girl has to get an individual sponsor. So, and then when one of the handsome guys from that sponsor volunteers to walk the girls up, it's your 15
So how did
seconds
I
of fame.
qualify?
Nobody asked me.
and before I left, I was all dressed up. You know, her daughter Laura said, "Dad, if she has a formal on, just be careful you don't step on her formal."
That's right. I remember you saying that.
Oh, well, that's what it's all about, though, isn't it, John?
Oh, it is, and it's just a great opportunity for these gals to sign up and become a contestant. It gives them the opportunity to be part of a pageant where they might not have a chance otherwise. I think everybody can attest to that. Done it in the past. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
And it's kind of neat when I go to other community celebrations, parades, then I see a convertible there with the Rice County Fair Queen and royalty. So that's kind of neat too. They get to do some of that.
Right.
Right. So I encourage all the young gals out there that are interested in it. By all means, sign up and take part in the festivities. It's a great experience, and it's something that they'll. Even if they don't win, I mean, it's still to be able to run that experience, to be able to run for a queen, and whether it's a town or even the fair like it is, you don't have all those opportunities. So this is an opportunity that they can come out and participate.
And quickly, they do have the opportunity to earn some scholarship money too, don't they?
Yes, and a local attorney from Faribault stepped up last year, and he gave us quite a substantial amount of money to spread out over 8 years. And then there's also community groups like the Moose and the Women of the Moose that have added to that, the American Legion. So we've had a lot of people that it's $750 for the queen and $350 for the attendants. That's bigger than a lot of area.
Well, welcome back to Fair Talk on KDHL. We're sponsored by all of the great folks supporting the Rice County Fair. John Dvorak is in studio, the secretary of the Rice County Fair, and also Kathy Cap, who is organizing a number of activities at the Rice County Fair. John, before you know it, we'll be moving in out at the Rice County Fair.
Yeah, the days are getting closer and closer. It's you know, it's everybody thinks, wow, the fair's off. It's a long ways off. It's over a month away, but boy, it's
Just over a month.
yeah, just over a month. So it's approaching fast, and but you know, things are coming along good. I've got a great crew of guys, like you know, and I can't say enough. You know, the maintenance crew that we've got over there at the fair. Glenn, he does a great job with the individuals. He's got them up, and they're repainting walls, they're repainting barns, they're fixing things, they're making sure the grounds are looking good, and they're just doing a fantastic job out there. So, you know, hats off to these guys for what they're doing.
Mowing lawns and trimming. It just looks so nice when you drive
Yes,
through.
yes.
Everything is
You
so
know, with
lush
the
and green.
amount of rain we've had, you know, so the grass is nice and green, and it just looks nice and fresh, and so hopefully, you know, we can continue on up to the fair with it looking good.
And what's really nice is this is an improvement that was made a few years ago. The blacktop strips through there and more blacktopping. So if we do get a rain, everybody heads for cover. And as soon as it stops raining, we're back out and going again.
Exactly so, and you know that it does, you brought up a good point. It does make it nice because you know the people now they can either walk on the grass or the asphalt, and you know it makes a big difference whether you're walking on the gravel or rock, and so this is you know easy to push the strollers down. It's comfortable to walk on, so you know we're thankful that many years ago we had a county commissioner that made it possible to get that asphalt put down for us, and it's been a great improvement, and it's benefited us ever since.
Well, Kathy, we better spend some time talking about, as I mentioned before the break, the kickoff to the Rice County Fair, the Fair Queen contest. It's always so much fun when the weather cooperates and we just have a ton of people there getting ready for the Fair Queen contest.
It's one of the nights at the midway stage, other than some of the band nights at free acts that are there, that it's just tremendous how many people come out and want to view that and see who wins. It takes about an hour. Some people get a little antsy, but you know it's the girls need a little time up there, and you know, over the years I've developed it so the girls are interviewed a little bit, and Gordy from KDHL here does our emceeing, and rather than just introducing a name and a face and a sponsor, it's nice to get to know them. He's found some really interesting things about the girls. 2 years ago, we made up a little song that they get to sing, and they were a little embarrassed, but now they kind of demand it. So it's everything has to have a little bit of a change, and it's very enjoyable. This is the 39th year, so next year at 40 years, we'll look at a reunion and bring everybody back. You know, Dean Curtis from KDHL is the one that decided that the fair needed a queen, and that was 1976. And he asked a Doris Moeller that was on the fair. I think she was on the fair board, and she got it going. And here we are, 39 years later, just having a wonderful time. There was a little confusion on the deadline date, so girls out there, or grandma or mom, if you're listening, it's June 29th. So you still have time. I've always said I'd like to deal with about 25 girls up there. I mean, I think it would be just wonderful. All kinds of different attributes that the girls have, and they represent the fair as an ambassador. They have a busy week once they're crowned. They're there from sometimes 10 o'clock in the morning, and if they're 4-H, their girls are even earlier. And they're there till the last drawing of the night. They get some time off to bop home and freshen up, but they just love it. It's only a 5-day shot, and after
And then
that,
a few parades maybe.
oh yeah,
throughout.
that's another thing that we try to do more of. Try to go out and do. They've always done a lot of parades, but just to go to the coronations and meet the other girls and see how they do things, and they look forward to that. It's fun.
Don't they become one of the official judges to the pie contest?
Right, right. So,
but don't tell them that I'm one of the other judges.
No, I
you
won't
might
do
not.
that.
Just keep that quiet.
Either Carrie from Conrad, who was our queen from this last year, will come, or the new queen. It just depends upon their schedule. And like I said, our royalty from 2014 was Carrie Conrad. First attendant was Brianna Buzzard, and second was Kelsey Wested, and they really did a fabulous job. One thing that's very unique about this is it's not just the 3 girls, their parents all get involved, their family gets involved, it's a real effort because they know how important this is to the fair.
It's kind of fun having the girls have their cheering sections out in the crowd and
Yep.
watching the coronation. And they do spend, what is it, a day or two ahead of time, kind of with the judges and.
On the 14th, a week before, we have a judging, and that's done down at the fairgrounds, and we have 3 judges that come in. And then when we're done with the individual and a group interview, then we go to Basher's, and Jerry Kess hosts us there, and they continue to judge them there also. John, as the fair manager, is invited, and we kind of spread the judges out, so we want to see how they interact with questions, and we don't want somebody that's just sitting shy. We want somebody that, you know, is able to talk with people, so it's fun.
Yeah. Somebody that isn't shy like me.
Yeah.
Well, just a minute here. John does something important like help judge a Fair Queen contest. I get the pie contest.
He's not a judge.
I'm not a judge.
He comes to bring out the best of the girls and get them to talk and see.
Did you see that expression on his face?
One thing is, he knows a lot about the fair, and he can ask the right questions of these girls to see how much they know about the fair. Because there's a, you know, the judging is general appearance, ability to meet people, desire and ability to promote the fair, verbal communications, and outgoing personality. I tell them all, you need to know about the fair. You need to know what's offered for children, little kids, what's offered for the middle, what's offered for the teens, what's offered for us older people. And
are you including me in that?
Yes, and families and animals. What's the best part they like about the fair? And
that's part of their job, you know, when they're
right.
roaming around the fair, visiting with the visitors. Somebody might say, "Hey, what can we do here? Where is this?"
Right. They need to know the fair, and they do. So that makes it a lot of fun. I have some wonderful volunteers that have come out to help me every year because you can't be in 2 places at once, and I just have the list there, and those gals come and make sure that people get signed in. We invite the girl sponsors. The girls need to be sponsored by somebody for $60. It can be family or it can be a business, and I always tell the girls if they have a hard time finding a sponsor, I will help them do that, because there's a lot of businesses that say, I would like to do that. So if you ever have a girl in need, give me a call.
There's something cute. You know what Veronica did when she came to ask us to sponsor again? She knows us people in radio.
She brought you a bag of cookies.
Yes, she did.
So, you know, it's
dangle that carrot in front of his nose.
There's some people from Northfield that have told me, one of the banks, I think it was Community Bank, says, you know, if we sponsor anyway, but if anybody wants a sponsorship, let us know. They're more than happy to do this because it is a fun thing. We've had a lot of sponsors that have been with us for a long time. The Queen gets a diamond pendant. That's from Chapiz Jewelry. And he said, him and his father have said, we'll do that forever. Paul Swenson does a portrait of the Queen, and the tiaras are sponsored by Branson Bank and First National Bank. The sashes, design specialties. I do sew them, but Karen Buzzard does all the embroidery, and they're beautiful. And we're sticking with a red, white, and blue theme. They're patriotic. Potential Unlimited do our fair buttons, flower bouquets, Reliance Bank, Hy-Vee, Fairway, wrist corsages from State Bank. They get charms from the community resource. The Rice County Ag Society gives them a beautiful Afghan. They get a formal group picture from First United Bank of Faribault. Karen Buzzard also does the parade banner for the cars. And then the interview dinners are, part of that is paid by their individual sponsorship. And then Basher's hosts us. And then the educational scholarship, like I said, is David Gross and the Moose Women and the American Legion and many, many more that we put in there. Eagles has been very generous. The Carlander family. Insty Prints helps me with printing special things. We do a nice booklet for the girls. So Northfield Eagles, a lot of people step up to the plate to help make this what it is. There's a lot of little details that you have to do, and it's a lot of fun. We have some little girls that help Gordy present the crowns and the sashes, and about 3 years ago we dedicated that to my granddaughter Evelyn Barnfine, and she along with a couple other granddaughters, Lauren and Ashley, did that. And after Evelyn passed away, then we decided that we would honor her in this way. And so now this year we have 2 other little girls, and Evelyn will be looking down and thinking, that's okay.
Yeah.
She says, Grandma, I can't be there, but, and these 2 little girls are so excited to help out.
This is what the fair is all about, John.
It is.
That list of folks, businesses that wanted to help support the fair and make it special.
Yeah, isn't that great? It's a great thing that these businesses step up, and we appreciate it. And without them, it wouldn't be possible. And that's what this is all about. It's everybody working together, everybody chipping in, and that's what makes it such a great event.
Now, I get to a lot of county fairs, Kathy, but I don't remember running into fair queens at a lot of other fairs. Are we fairly unique in that in Rice County?
There aren't a lot of them. When we go to the state convention, I have run into a few, but it really is a major task. And then you have to, these are.
You mean it just doesn't happen? All
No.
the girls just show up there
No.
that night and everything? It just happens by itself?
And just to keep them for the rest of the week. They're my responsibility, and they're my responsibility for the rest of the year, because most of them are under 20. They have to be 16 to 20, but if they're under 18, just to make sure that they're safe and they know where they should be and not be down at the fair and everything. I mean, I take it seriously, but this one thing that we have that Steele County does not have. They do not have a queen down there. So Rice County has a queen.
All right. Well, we have to take another break when we come back. John, it look like you wanted to say something before we take a break?
I just want to commend Kathy. I think she does a great job with this, and we're grateful that we have her doing this. And like I said before, if you got a daughter out there and she wants to run for this, by all means, have her sign up and have her get a hold of an entry form, and we'd love to have them.
I just don't know how the judges do it, because you listen to AM Minnesota, because Gordy always has them on AM Minnesota, and then you watch the coronation, you go, boy, how does a judge try to decide? These young gals are so talented.
It's very hard, and I have absolutely nothing to do with the judging. I have no input into that. I get judges that are knowledgeable about people.
That do that sort of thing and
yes,
know what.
Well, just in general, people that know people, and I sometimes don't make the same guesses that they do, but they seem to bring out in their questioning. Sometimes I'll sit and listen to some of the questions, but during this whole thing, I'm so busy that I can't listen to all of it. But and I trust them. Sometimes there's 4. And they have to decide on just the 3, and that's very, very hard.
Welcome back to Fair Talk on KDHL's AM Minnesota program. In studio, John Dvorak, the Secretary of the Rice County Fair, and also Kathy Kapp, who's taken charge of the Fair Queen Contest. Kathy, we spent quite a bit of time talking about the Fair Queen Contest. Anything else you'd like to mention about that before we move on to some other topics, other than girls? Sign up!
Right, just get your entry in. You have till the 29th, and we'll have a nice crowd down there. We'll have a nice group. Every year, I used to worry about it, and I don't. My daughter says I'm a #1 procrastinator, so I know how that works. So
it always seems to, if there were some hitches in the past, we didn't notice it.
Nobody knows it but me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Sure. We're having lots of contests down at the fair this year. They're spread out. There's not a lot in each day, but there's a little bit. We've had a special photo contest in the open class building, but it's separate from open class, and we've had certain topics. We've done barns, tractors. This year, the topic is a silo, and it can be a picture of a silo alone or a silo in a barn. And the reason that I hit on that is because we're losing so many of the old silos and the old barns. So it has to be an 8x10 photo and mounted on just tag board. So if you'd like to do that, you enter on Monday, May 20th. They have the wine and beer contest.
On May 20th?
I'm sorry. I looked at Monday.
Oh.
You see, you're keeping.
It's a good
me
thing
you're
I'm here.
keeping me
It's
on
a good
track.
thing you're keeping her on her toes.
July 20th.
There, that
I
sounds
looked
better.
at Monday and I read
Yeah.
May. July 20th on Monday. So that's when you enter that. The wine and beer contest, Char Wetzel's in charge of that, and that goes on in the open class.
Does John get to judge a
don't
beer
know
contest
I
or
don't
the
know
wine
who
Well, I was
judges
just gonna
that.
say, Jerry, you don't talk much about that. Is that because you don't remember it, or?
I'd like to do the wine part, and he can do the beer part. A new contest we have, which I'm real excited about, is the quilt block sewing contest, and we're going to make those into a quilt. And the Peace Quilters group and Jan Tagrin is a part of that, and they are in charge of that, which is wonderful because I don't need another thing to have to work on. It's all set up for them, and they're going to be there to take in the quilt squares. The theme is county fairs, and the quilt people know what that means and how they'll put that into their quilt block. The chocolate contest, and I don't imagine you're judging that either, guys, are you? The chocolate contest.
I haven't heard about that.
That's another one. That is that's on Wednesday. Salsa contest is on. I think that's on Wednesday also. I'm kind of looking at my notes here. Kids pedal tractor pull. I kind of look at that as a contest, but that's open to all kinds of little children. And
what's your definition of kids?
One that can
we
fit
do-
on that pedal truck.
We do fit. Wally Wetzel and I had a little contest a few years ago, and that was fun. And that's on Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll have the euchre tournament again, and a lot of people get interested in that. Senior Volunteer of the Year Award, that's kind of a contest in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for people. The information is out about that. And another new one we have is a senior one-room schoolhouse essay contest. So anybody out there that's a senior that went to a one-room schoolhouse, they have to write between 500 and 1,000 words on their experience in a one-room schoolhouse.
You won't be doing that one, will you, Jerry?
I'm old, but not quite that old, I guess.
And, well, you know, it's surprising. There's people, I'm 65, there's people younger than me that actually went to one-room schoolhouses around here.
You know what my dad's story is? They would hunt on the way, and their shotguns and rifles, they set them in the corner of the schoolhouse, and then they pick them up on the way home from school again.
Yeah, they shot the squirrels on the way home to eat. No, that's going to be real exciting, and we're going to keep them. We're going to keep them and give them to the Historical Society. They're not going to be given back or thrown away. Texas Hold'em, the one I like on Friday is a hog calling contest, and we've had a lot of great sponsors for that. In between the bull riding, there's some contests for children. The karaoke contest is on Saturday. Patty Anderson's in charge of that. Like we talked a lot about, the pie contest. And then Sunday we wind up with the amateur talent contest. I did get an entry for that already. We usually end up with about 30. That's a lot of fun. That's on the midway stage.
Wow.
And we are going to sneak in a spelling bee and a senior spelling bee. Are you a speller?
No. I won't be entering that one either. We have to get to the news, but
Oh, wow.
John, maybe we should just quickly mention, you're wondering about exactly when all these things are happening. Tara Langevin does a good job with the Rice County Fair website.
Exactly so. So all that information is on the website. Our books are ready. Our premium books are being passed out. We've got them out and ready to go, so you can pick up a premium book, and all that information will be in there too. But by all means, use that Rice County website at ricecountyfair.net, and you know, just look up and find something that you're interested in. And if you have questions, you can call the fair office, and we'll help you out more. But don't be afraid, and don't let it shy you away. But just come out to the fair and have a great time.
Thanks for coming in, Kathy.
Thank you.
And thanks, John. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you, Jerry.